What's the worst public meltdown you've witnessed from a partner? I was at home hanging out with my girlfriend Caitlin and her friends when one of them, Shay, asked if anyone had a piece of gum. I pulled out a pack and handed her one. Other than that, I barely interacted with her, but my girlfriend was furious. She sat in her seat shaking as she watched Shay unwrap a piece of gum and shove it into her mouth before thanking me. Caitlin grabbed my arm and pulled me into the kitchen, asking sharply, "What was that?" I looked at her confused. "What was what?" She crossed her arms. "You, giving gum to Shay, to my friend." I shrugged, not really seeing the problem. "Well, she asked for gum and I had a spare." "Why?" Caitlin sighed. "Well, you're my boyfriend, not hers." She poked my chest with each word. "I don't want you doing nice things for other girls, even my friends, especially my friends." I should have seen the red flag right there, but love is blind, right? So I apologized, said okay, promised I wouldn't do nice things for her friends anymore if it bothered her that much, and I thought that was the end of it. But that promise wasn't enough. A week later, I picked up my Caitlin from her work. On our way out, another one of her coworkers, an older woman in her 50s, asked us to hold the door for her. I noticed she was carrying a large stack of boxes and instinctively held it open for her. When Caitlin saw it, she went red with anger, telling me later that I was clearly flirting with my hands, something I didn't even know was possible. She needed help. I was just being polite, I explained. "No," she said, shaking her head. "Polite is what guys do when they're single and looking for a girl to charm. You're taken. Act like it." The day after, my boss had posted about our team winning an award and tagged me. I commented, "Great team," with a thumbs up emoji. Just 2 words, no flirting, nothing even suggesting it. But when Caitlin saw it, she shouted in my ear, "Why are you complimenting her?" I showed her the comment and post again. I didn't. She was complimenting our team at work. "What part of it is flirting? Tell me," I said with a raised voice, slowly losing my cool. "Just delete it," she demanded, and continued pestering me until I agreed. Then she stood there, peering at my phone, making sure I was actually doing it. I felt like a kid getting scolded. I tried to talk to her about it, to see my side of things, but each time she'd cry and say I didn't understand how hard it was to trust men. And each time I gave in, apologized, told her I'd do better, except this one time. We were walking downtown holding hands when I saw an elderly woman struggling with her walker at the intersection. The light was about to change, and cars were already inching forward. Suddenly, she tripped in the middle of the road, right below the bumper of one of the large trucks, a blind spot for the driver. Without thinking, I let go of Caitlin's hand and rushed over to help the old lady get up and safely move to the other side. When I turned back, Caitlin was still standing in the middle of the crosswalk, blocking the lanes. Cars honked as the lights went green. "Caitlin, come on!" I shouted. "You're gonna get hurt." She didn't listen. Instead, she sat down right there in the middle of the road and yelled back, "No, you carried her. Now you carry me." More horns blared. People were getting out of their cars to yell at her. "Caitlin, please just get over here." She crossed her arms like a child. "Why should I? You have energy to help strangers, but not your own girlfriend. You're sick. You always act like everyone else's boyfriend. Why can't you just be my boyfriend?" She kicked her legs around, still waiting as the lights were 10 seconds away from turning red. That's when I really reached my limit. You know what? No, I'm not doing this every time. I walked back, picked her up, and set her back down on the sidewalk while people stared at us. I looked at her and said calmly, "Caitlin, this is who I am. I hold doors. I help people. I'm nice to everyone because that's how I was raised. And I'm sorry if that bothers you, but I'm not going to stop being kind to other people. Just like how I won't stop loving you even when you're demanding something clearly not okay." Her eyes filled with tears as I continued. "So here's what's going to happen. Either you go to therapy and work through the trust issues you're dealing with, talk about how your past relationships have hurt you, grow from it, or we're done. Because I can't keep shrinking myself to make you feel insecure, but I can't stand the idea of you being hurt over and over years from now." Caitlin cried harder, pounding a fist gently against me. "I don't want to lose you," she whispered. I pulled her into a hug. "You won't, but you need to work through this." She nodded slowly, wiping her face. "Okay, I'll go. I'll try." And she did. It took months of therapy, but she finally understood that kindness wasn't a threat, that being a good person didn't mean I loved her any less. But I learned something too. Being nice is important, but so is having boundaries. We're still together now, and she's working on herself every day.